Anyhow, party people, we had an absolutely killer week last week and the week before that. And I noticed today how much juice last week took out of me. So I'm actually really happy that we have a 3-day weekend, which is always double sword type of stuff, or two sides of the coin, because, you know, you pull back from the market and then you're not in market mode, and then you got to jump into market mode, right? But we got a 4-day week next week leading into the full moon. That will be on Sunday. Now, I'm gonna type this in the chat so everybody's aware, but I keep bringing it up so you know I'm going overseas. My mother is very, very, very sick. I'm fortunate enough to bring my kids and my wife along, and I'm gonna meet family. So I won't be trading June 5th and June 6th. Depending upon the Wi-Fi on the airport and the time, I'll post the levels, or I'll text them to either Key West or Archer's room, and they'll post them. But there's about 5 days in June I won't be trading. As of right now, it looks like June 5th, June 6th, June 15th, June 16th, and probably June 28th. So that's about 5-6 days out of June. For the rest of the year, I'll be on. So I've been here every day since we started this train ride, and we'll continue to. But again, I don't want it to be a surprise for anyone. With that said, let me start with this, because this is very true, and this is why I take time to compile these market analysis videos, so that we can prepare.
Look at that. Look, are you going to tell me the difference between this guy and that guy is luck? Muhammad, pull up.
No, it's not luck. It's knowing your levels, knowing what can transpire, and I love Formula One. Did anybody watch the Grand Prix? It's knowing what the possibilities are, okay? Which is why we bought down here when we retraced the first rally, and we made a gang load of money. Okay, so here's SPX. Now, as of right now, we have a tentative deal. We closed Friday here at 26.7 on Bitcoin. We're at 28.1. High was 28.4. Okay. SPX closed at 42.05. We touched that double top there. We wanted ideally over 07. We didn't get that. Who cares? Close enough. But if you look here, we gapped up huge, and this is a great thing here, and this is why this video has been delayed a little bit. We gapped up, we closed the gap, and we bounced. Okay? Why is this important? Well, we absolutely need to open above 42.07. If we don't, we run the risk of going for a double bottom. Okay, put your alert here at 4100. Now, next time we go here, buy. Okay, that's how I do it. Very cool. I love doing these alerts prior to the market being open, because when the market's open, you don't view this stuff the same way. Okay, now if it's unclear to you at this point, I'm really trying to show you my bag of tricks and to teach you how to trade. Okay, and by no means am I saying that I'm super awesome. But I've had some success at this, so I just want to also teach because look, the amount of money that I made on Friday, there's not a job I could go apply for where I would make that money in months. It's absolutely impossible. So screen time, knowing how these patterns work, just watching and watching and watching and watching and watching will pay off. And the most important thing, and I was thinking if you guys want for me to make a video on trading psychology, is do not, you have to be able to distinguish between impulsive buying, revenge buying, and I gotta jump on this because this is gonna go. So let's look here. If we gap up, we can go. Now I want you to write this down. For Tuesday, I have early low. For Wednesday, I have early low. For Thursday, I've got early high. And for Friday, I've got early high. Now, this obviously is a technical side of this, but it has to do with the vote that could be on Wednesday or Thursday, right? The deal is not 100% what everyone wants. What a shocker. There's one thing I wanted to read to you guys here. Listen up. And it's a very interesting tweet I found. Under the new House rules passed Monday, only one member of Congress, Democrat or Republican, is needed to bring a motion to vacate, which forces a vote on removing the speaker. That would need only a simple majority of the House to pass to oust McCarthy. Now, clearly this guy is not popular with anyone. So that could be a huge limit down thing if someone tries to pull that power move. But they've reached a deal. Everybody's happy. And this is going to be voted for. There's some huffers and puffers saying they're not going to vote for it. It'll go through. And where does that put us? Look, guys. It's been choppy. I said April would be choppy. It's been choppy as shit, okay? It puts us in this box. Now, if we can crack... Put your alerts again here. If we can close above 4250, which is kind of the bottom of the box, I don't see any reason why we can't go to 4,300, which is, and I double checked because they keep changing it. This is the JPM collar. Now, if it reaches here, there's a good chance it goes to 4,320, maybe even 4,3. I'm gonna buy puts here. Okay? And I'm probably gonna buy them in the money a week out. Okay? Because I'll be traveling, love trading, so I want to be in the game. This is going to be what's called an overextended move. And then we might pull back to here and go again. Now, if we cannot gap over the magic level of 4,207, which we're close to, this runs a risk of retracing down here. And next time we're at 4100, I want you to buy calls because it's a huge level. We got a double bottom there. We got a cluster of support there leading back to a long time. Every time we've dipped under it, it's been bought up. You know, you were there for April, you were there for May, and we've finally broken up. We've retested it. It's a huge level. I would think that in June we go higher and then we go and test this, which brings us into our awesome cheat sheet, which is not price correlated, it's momentum related. Okay, so we're here, we're right there, we got that double top. Actually we're here because we retraced that, we came back, so we're around here. I think we go higher, we pull back, and then we have a final push, and then we come down and kind of eye gazing that if we go up to here, we definitely sell, and then again it's 4207, which is your level where you want to get that bounce, right? This here, and then retrace a little bit mid-June, and then sell off for the rest of the month, and then a small bump into May. So once we get this higher high, we are going to draw a line to these levels and kind of figure out where our spots are. Okay, and again, June, most of you have kids, I want you to enjoy that. So for June, obviously because I'll be traveling, we're gonna be doing some more swing trading, take profit whenever you see fit. There's many days, about 15, that I will be day trading. Again, just being straightforward about it. Now, other news, huge bombings in Kiev. Keep an eye on Lockheed Martin, obviously. This is very interesting here. So China gapped up, closed the gap really quick, and then up again. So there's strength here. There's and if you go on the daily, you will see that this level in particular is the rebound, what they built upon. We got a double bottom. I think this is going up. Now, I'm going to be playing Baba again, 100%. Okay, wonderful. Hope you're still with me. Let's check the Fed calendar. Beige book on Wednesday. Okay, and then pretty much nothing for the first week. Fantastic. All right, great. If you need to rewatch the SPX part, stop now and go check it out. Obviously, the reason I track SPX is because tech is so hot right now, but I like to go by this. But I love that we gapped up, we filled the gap to here, and then we're building again, and the 9 is curling, and we got buy signals, so I'm not worried about gapping up. Can we gap up and close the gap? Yeah, that is not as bullish as gapping up and going, obviously. Again, this week is going to be here. Remember into close when I posted that I did 90% on 350 QQQ? Okay, so where do I expect QQQ to go this week if we're really going? Can it go to 371? Yes, it can. But I'm more so eyeing like 360. Okay, but it's at minimum 356. So again, this is the momentum trading. When you hear, you feel the market, you're watching everything, is the Dixie going up? Is the 10-year yield going up? Is the VIX going up? But QQQ is going up. Shit, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna freaking ride it because we're melt up. Okay? That type of stuff. Now, broader picture. Cup. Handle. Down to these levels. Bears are gonna be high five. They're gonna be bear pawing each other, and then we're gonna go. Why? And I share these with you because they're absolutely awesome. So here's a fractal that shows that we got a June top, we got a late August double top, which again is confirmed here and here. Okay, this is why this seasonal chart is absolute money, because it gives us kind of like, you can gauge what the week is gonna do. You know what I mean? Like this early July is gonna be choppy as shit, and then we're gonna pump into mid-July, and then we're gonna play puts for a week. You know what I mean? Light, because we don't want any bad summer vibes here. And it's shown here, and then you got that August going up, and then here's the tricky part for September. Last September we're just limiting down, but this and the seasonal chart that we're going by shows that the drop comes later. We got here in October. This one says way later, but that's none of our concern right now. This does show a high in October, which is, you know, we'll see. I'm sure this will change, but right now we're concerned about next week. Okay, there's bombings in Kiev. We're in some LMT, and obviously as far as earnings next week, let me see earnings next week. I think we have Salesforce, and I think we have CrowdStrike. All right, so there's a few earnings that interest me. And again here, because I love giving shout outs to, I hope I pronounce your name right, to Bakandre. He works at Chewy and he's really awesome. I hope you guys beat. But AI, this has, I mean, huge potential to do whatever the fondue it wants, because people are so, they're thinking, oh, 34 is the top. Can this go down to 22 on earnings? Yes. And if it does, guess what I'm gonna do? I'll be buying the dip. Why will I be buying the dip? Moontrain, why will you buy the dip if it has shitty earnings? Because it's gonna hit the 50 and the 21. Will you buy the dip if it goes to the 200, Moontrain? Yes, I will. Where do I think it's gonna go? Looking at Nvidia's earnings and looking at the strikes, 40 being the max, this shit can go up there if it wants to. Why? Because it's got a giant, you know what, forming. I know it doesn't look like a Head and Shoulders. Looks like something else. But you get my drift. Keep in mind this company in 2021 was up here in the 170s, okay, and this sector is hot, and obviously there's one gap here, so it's gonna be a super degenerate lotto, but I'm gonna put some money on a ladder. And I keep speaking about the ladder, and everybody's like, what do you mean, what's a ladder? After Nvidia, with the sector being hot, I'm gonna be buying a little of all of the strikes, and I'll even hedge it, because you never know. And I'm not saying that you should play it. I'm saying I'm gonna play it. Why? Because even if all my shit goes to zero, again, I've had 2 absolutely insane weeks, so I won't be crying about it. Okay? And if it hits, fantastic. You know what I mean? So I'll be playing calls on every strike up the ladder. I think they go to 40. This can surpass it if they give insane guidance. There's a similarity here. Jensen from Nvidia came out and said a few weeks ago that things are fantastic, as did the CEO of AI. Okay? Now, as far as Salesforce, I think, again, with a few of you guys, we played last earnings, right? And then it retraced, but didn't even close the whole gap. But we played it from, what was it, 162 to 190 or something. I remember we had insane gains. Obviously, it's got a bunch of gaps up to the top. It's a very, very heavy sponsor, one of the main sponsors of Formula One, and they're doing a huge push in the United States. And if you know someone, let me know, and we'll go watch a race, hopefully in Vegas. Austin's fine too. We might not be trading the following Monday, if you know what I mean. So yeah, can it do a snow and gap down to here? Yes, it can see 190 on bad earnings, but again, it's had, last earnings was up. It had these two here that were shitty, and then it's up. And if you compare it to the Nasdaq, for instance, let's pull up here just so you can see kind of how to check these out, right? Because you want to also be looking at, geez, let me close some of these. You kind of want to be looking at these in a broad manner here, and not only, obviously, if I play any of these, I want the DP, the dark pool, and the AI to look good. So let's see here, in May or March 22, Nasdaq or QQQ was up here. Okay, now it's there. And where was this? Okay, all right. So you got it's caught up pretty well, and that's the end of 21 right there. The end of 21 right there. It can go either way. I'm gonna try calls just because tech sector is hot. And what about crowds? What was I looking? What about CrowdStrike? Well, looking at CrowdStrike here, I can see that it definitely has room to go. Earnings last time, not so awesome. I think I'm gonna play calls. If I play calls on all three, and one of them misses, so what? Even if two of them misses, so what? MongoDB, I'm not touching for earnings because that stock is crazy, and we had a great relationship, but I am going to maybe not play it. This is gonna be huge and crazy. This can absolutely, if Broadcom beats and goes further up, the market's gonna go nuts. Apple's gonna hit all-time high. And you show me a bear that will tell me with a straight face that we're in a bear market when Apple hits all-time high. Okay? And we are very, very, very close to all-time high. We're $5 off. We're $5 off, right? And we got the Apple event, and they're gonna launch their bullshit goggles, and nobody's gonna care. Okay, we're $7 off. This should pump into the event and then sell off. Always does. And don't be like, well, what if it doesn't this time? Come on. So we got that. Someone reminded me the day before the Apple event. And then Zscaler, and I truly think that with all the World Economic Forum warnings, cyber is going to be the next big thing, which is PanW and Zscaler. I know we played Zscaler last time, and it dumped on great earnings. Again, tech is hot. So I know this is kind of shitty that this is the area we dumped from last time. Remember, it was in the 130s and we dumped down to like 117 or whatever. And now we've gone up from 85 to here, but still, look how much room above. So again, I'll be playing calls. It's a huge resistance point. On Friday, this was obviously again working. Oil was up. Dixie was down. 10-year actually came down, pumped at the end. I mean, this is still so overextended, but you know, with the debt ceiling and the treasury doing their thing and selling and buying and all of this, something to keep an eye on. I will be peeled to QQQ. The fact that this closed the gap but is holding is good. Let's check in on HSI here still. What they did. So they gapped up, closed the gap, and then did what exactly? Well, it's encouraging that it's holding. So again, LMT, BABA, and Tech this week. Then we are in our meta trade. Okay, still no words of layoffs. I still think this is going to go up here one day, but as of right now, I'm just this looks so insane. And anybody who's talking about, you know, RSI being 80, I get it. In a chop market, I get it, but this is momentum. This is bears throwing money because they're broke on shorts, which gives the upward momentum even more momentum. Okay, now look at this daily here. This indicator, for instance, dipped here. Look, it came down, and we held that, and then it literally broke up, and MACD too. So no one make me sell my 270s, okay? And I think Tesla is gonna be hot too. I mean, the chart looks insane, and I think it's going for the 205 gap, no doubt about it. Why? Even though we got a D47, this is prior to the debt ceiling news. It closed above a very, very, very heavy prior resistance. Okay? So AI, Tesla, Meta, BABA, LMT, SPY, and QQQ next week. And then we're going to do lottos on CrowdStrike and Salesforce, and probably Zscaler too. And then I'm going to be going on a trip. And then a few things that I saved to the end because they're so awesome are these fractals. So this fractal was from last week, okay? This is SPX, right? And I just want to show you how it followed it. Boom. And it has a spike. Boom. And then it kind of holds and retraces. And then again, our cheat sheet shows that it does that, and then one more pop before a retrace. Another thing, I hate doing these comparisons because they're always posted by the bears who are paid by the market makers, but this is very interesting. Okay? And I can see this happening because of how corrupt the system is. Now, I hope that this wasn't just a bunch of babble to you and that this gave some insight in what we're looking at. Again, we can dump on a vote very fast. we can retrace all the way back to 4100. However, if we can gap up, which it looks like we're doing, and hold, I think we can be pretty good here. I like this. I like that it's holding. It can even go lower, but if it holds again that 4207 level, which is actually here, all the way down here, again, I have early low on Tuesday and Wednesday, early high on Thursday, Friday. So let's see what we get, and do what we do best, and momentum trade. And with that, please post your grill pictures. I hope that all my ramblings made sense and is of use to you in preparation for next week. All right, God bless, love yourself, love your family.